Where you mentioned about the breath
Yes.
being passed into Hazrat Mary. Now, Hazrat Isa, alayhi, he was born knowing that he was a prophet. He spoke from the cradle.
But that is slightly different from what we find historically. The fact is that a child may have seen some dreams, with reference to which he may speak innocently of things which he doesn't understand, like Joseph did. But he was not made a prophet there and then. Only it was a promise of his future rise to the prophethood, which was contained in that dream. But he did not understand, nor did his brothers. But they were just vaguely jealous of something happening to this boy, and they started opposing him. In case of Jesus, whatever he said was misread by the people who accused Mary of unchastity, lack of chastity, because they thought it is Mary who has made it up.
Yes.
It is Mary who is feeding this child with this thought rubbish, so that he stands between her and her accusers with relation to some inner experiences which he speaks of, telling him to be not only an ordinary boy, but a very special boy, the one to whom God speaks. So they thought this was the way to fend off the unwanted criticism and to save the embarrassment by Mary. So they did not take it seriously. Nowhere, they just dismissed it. What do you mean? Should we talk to this boy in the cradle? Now, it also explains why it was not really cradle that they were referring to. When an old man is addressed by a small child, when he attempts to rectify something he said, he always looks down at him and says, you belong to the cradle. Don't talk to me. Who are you? Small kid, born yesterday, that sort of thing. So we understand this reference exactly in the same sense. We believe, and I believe personally, I have not read it anywhere else, but I believe personally, I have also spoken on this, written on this, that Jesus Christ must have received some wonderful dreams from Allah, like Joseph. And he started innocently, while he was a very young child, innocently of those experiences. And Mary, when she was accused, she asked them to speak to that child and listen to him. What she meant was that if she were unchaste, would she give birth to such a holy child?
That's right, yes.
So that is the significance of all this.
Yes. The breath where you mentioned of the second advent,
Yes.
that was into him.
Yeah. No, it is not that Jesus which is referred to. That is a reference to every Jesus who would be born in future from among the Muslim believers.
I see, yes.
See, that is why I say a different style is adopted. In the case of Jesus' birth, it is said that God breathed into Mary, who was the chaste lady. So she had the right to receive such favors from Allah, and she gave birth to a child. But in case where Muslim believers are likened unto Mary, there this expression is not repeated.
No.
It is that God sent his breath, breathed into him.
Yes.
So from that you can refer to Jesus, but more likely, I believe, this is my personal inclination, it is the believer who was like Mary who is referred to.
I see. Yeah.
Because in this case he happens to be a man, so the reference is to a man. Instead of her, God says, God breathed into him.
Yes, I follow it now.
You see?
Yes, thank you.
It's a fascinating difference. That shows the Quran and how this is a divine book,
Yes.
It doesn't make the smallest misstep. While people don't understand what it's talking about, why this variance of style, but when you begin to understand in depth, then you know this must be the word of God. Right?
Thank you.
Next, please.
Could I ask